Well, welcome to another one of my videos, guys. I wanted to start this video with a sit-down talking style introduction. We will get into the hunting clip. I went for a bit of a morning hunt, more to do some fitness training, to put some serious Ks under the boots and climb a lot of elevation in the morning just to keep the fitness up, and ended up taking out a nice young goat as well. I'm going to call it a mountain goat because this thing was quite high up and I did quite a bit of climbing to get to it, but that's okay. Guys, 2025 is going to be a pretty interesting year for me, and I think for you guys as well. There's some pretty cool things coming up on my channel, and I'm not saying this as like a clickbait or you should subscribe, but I'm actually genuinely pretty excited about 2025 and what that means for me personally, but also for you guys as an audience. I get a lot of questions, guys. I get a lot of private messages, and I actually really enjoy it and I really like it. So next year, there's a few things that I want to change on my videos. Is at the end of every video, I would like to answer a couple of questions that come through either privately to me, or they come through on the YouTube comments. So I want to encourage you guys, not that I'm a super duper guru, but I just want to engage with the questions. That's actually the bit of the banter and the questions, and I actually really enjoy that. And I'm going to do the first lot of questions at the end of this video. So for me personally, in a few weeks, I'm actually building a rifle platform again, one that I have wanted to build for probably 3 or 4 years now. I am picking up that rifle over the Christmas break, and I am extremely excited to get my teeth into load development for that rifle, and also take that rifle with a brand new load development down for my first ever tahr hunt, which is coming up in the 20s of January. So end of January, I'm going to put out a video of that tahr hunt. So I'm pretty excited. 2025, next year, is going to be a pretty cool year for me personally, and I think for you guys are really going to benefit as well. A couple of videos coming up. I am piecing together a video series for if you are thinking about getting into hunting or you're a new hunter. I'm going to be doing a video series on exactly how to do that. That is most of my questions. Most of my questions are around new hunters trying to figure things out. They're kind of frustrated, and I was there once. I'll just start with a little story before we actually get into the video clip. I had one of my uncles who he trained me. He was probably one of the top carpenters that I know, hands down, anywhere. He's a really great guy. He kind of got me into public land hunting. So I grew up on a farm and did a lot of farm hunting and taking people out, and that was really nice. But I really wanted to sort of look for more of a challenge. And getting into public land hunting, I felt pretty deflated. And the advice that my uncle gave me, his name's Anthony, the advice that he gave me was pretty much priceless and completely revamped and changed my hobby, and I really enjoyed it. All of that advice and all of that thing and all of those good things that he taught me will come out in those videos, the new Hunter series videos that I'm going to be making. So I'm probably going to move more into them during the winter, but we're going to talk about where to hunt, how to hunt, what gear you kind of need to get your basic kit, just what's out there and what's useful and what's not. There's going to be a lot of detail in those videos. But anyway, guys, we're going to get to the little hunting clip that I've made on this morning hunt, and then I'm going to jump back on the camera and answer a couple of your questions that you've had over the year. And every video, I'm going to do some of these talking head style videos at the end to answer some of those questions that you guys have in a more in-depth way. So okay, just punching up this river here. Yeah, haven't climbed much altitude, but just going to punch up through here. And it's a very windy day in the Rimutakas. And I already lost my hat and sunglasses in the river. I had them sitting on my bino harness and they're gone, so I'll have to pick them up on the way down. I'll find them. Yeah, alright, let's get up there. I'm gonna climb out of the creek here. It's pretty hard to get an idea on what the wind is doing because it keeps going up and down. So I'm gonna climb up in behind me here and see if we can glass. I'm gonna get blown off the little ridge there, but we'll blast right into that back basin and see if we can pick up a deer. So let's go. Oh, dude. Mate, Rimutakas doesn't probably take no prisoners, man. Let's go. It's pretty windy, man. The wind's just welled up, so just glassed all of this here. I'm just trying to think where the deer would be tucked away. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You can actually see, you can see that top cloud just racing over, and then it's actually creating a bit of a back swirl here. So if I was a deer, I'd be in the bush. Find them tucked right in down here in a little grassy shoot or something like that. But I think what I might do is go further up the gully behind me. This is a nice big feed basin that's facing the opposite way of the wind, and there may be something in there, but I've said it before many times, you don't know, but deer just do not like the wind. Neither do I, so they're not out in the wind usually, so we'll see how we go. Right, we'll go back down this, I'll go back down this scree here and head further up into this basin. Weather's pretty bad, guys. It's wind is like so strong that even foot placement becomes a problem because your feet are actually getting pushed around by the wind. Like, I opened my Scroggin mix and it all just went gone. I was like, ah, man, come on. It's also clagged in as well. Claggy. So what I'm going to do is just stick to the process, and I'm going to push right up and try and glass some areas where it might be a little bit wind sheltered. You just don't know. So popped out and glassed all of that in behind me, but there's just nowhere. Yeah, the pressure of the wind is just pushing through every little valley. So it's pretty bad. I got like one more area around the corner that could be wind sheltered. There's not even the goats aren't out. So, but you just never know. Pigs aren't bothered by the wind at all. So you could just pick up a pig strolling through, you just don't know. Dude, this is just absolutely atrocious. What am I doing up here? There's all this low clouds all coming now as well. I pushed right up to the top, and I don't know why I'm here, to be honest. I ain't gonna see anything in here. No. Yeah, the clouds probably come down a couple of 100 metres. I'm going to peel off the tops here. I'm going to get out of here because it's just utter rubbish. Pretty high. So I'm going to drop down. I saw a mob of 8 goats quite down lower in the valley. See if I can get onto them and just take some out for some dog food. So let's get out of here. It's pretty gross, man. She's pretty gross. Cool, so I've come right back down the river, and I'm going to shoot up this little scree behind me in hopes that I can get a shooting posse, little shooting platform, and take some of those goats. So I haven't found my hat yet, which is not very good. Right, up there we go. Just take a contour across. Make it a bit easier. Actually a really good vantage point here. Quite a bit of open country with feed in it, so she marked it on the map. She's pretty steep and nasty though. Rimutaka's nearly there. Just over there. Cool. Back off time. Within 300 yards of those goats, so time to get set up and ready for a shot. So back off. Gun on the rocks, always. Let's get set up. All right, a few goatees down. Let's go up and have a look. Very nice little area that they're in. Right, yeah, let's go up and get some meat and see you up there. Oh man. Cool guys. Well, there he is. Nice little goat taken out of the Matakas for my nice little dog back at home. Really enjoyed this hunt, even though the outcome probably wasn't what I was hoping for. Still managed to pull a bit of meat out of the hills, and it always gets used, and it's always good to do that. So I'm going to see you back down in the studio in my office, and I'm going to answer a couple of questions and go over that now. But I hope you enjoyed this hunt, and I'll see you guys back in the office. Right, guys, wow, that hunt the other day was incredibly windy, but hey, good fitness training, and still enjoyed it. Took a bit of meat out of the hills, did some conservation, so always a good hunt, always learning something. But hey, we're back in the gear room, I call it. So this is where all my gear is, everything's organised nicely, and yeah, I can pack pretty quickly for my hunts out of this room. But the two questions we're going to answer today are, number one, I've had quite a few guys ask me what pack system I use. So that's going to be the first question I'm going to answer, is what pack I use. And the second one is about my preferred cartridge in my rifle. So I'm running 284 Winchester, and a lot of guys ask questions around that, so I'm going to answer that, some of the reloading questions, and just talk a little bit more about 284 Winchester in these questions. So let's go. If you've been on the channel, you may notice that I've been using the Ridgeline packs for quite some time, and I actually do really like them. But I was finding I wanted one pack to kind of rule them all, and so this pack that I'm now using, which I did not talk about it until I really properly tested it, this is a pack that Luke from Southern Light Packs down in Kingston, which is Queenstown area, he made for me. And this pack is a custom handmade in New Zealand pack, and it is made out of Dyneema DCF, or I believe the fabric is called X200, and then a little bit of 100 in the avocado green. So that is the pack that I use, guys, and he's not paying me a thing to say any of this. I just think he's a really good dude that is making a really good product for hunters. And so this pack here has the rifle scabbard, as you can see on my videos, but it's also got a few other things that I really did want kind of custom, and that would be the large pocket here for my spotting scope, just things that won't get scraped up and scratched. Large pocket for my tripod, yeah, spotting scope, first aid kit, headlamp, just stuff that I need kind of on the go is on this exterior pocket here, and then everything else is inside. But this is serious. Oh, and I asked him if he could put, because I do take my kids out sometimes and I want to carry a big tent, I asked him if he could put external straps on there too for that, and he did. So pretty much this pack weighs 1 kilo, and it is the nicest pack I have had, hands down. I can use it as a day pack, and then I can actually expand it out to about 60 litres in the main pocket, and that will get me a week of hunting. So it's even got sunglasses pocket, because I was sick of losing my $20 BP sunglasses. Now I've got another pocket here clipped on. It's got webbing for pockets here. It's just such a well-made pack, and I love it. So there you go, guys. Southern Light Packs down in Kingston. That's what I use. The other question was, do you load your own 284 Winchester ammunition? What is a 284 Winchester? The cartridge I personally use. So pretty much what I've got here, 2 cartridges here. This is my 284 Winchester cartridge, and this here is the 7 7mm 08. And you can see pretty clearly it's slightly bigger than a 7mm 08. Then if I grab a, hold on, should have a 7mm Rem Mag lying around, yeah. I grab a 7mm Rem Mag cartridge, there's the 7mm Rem Mag cartridge next to my 284 Winchester. 284 Winchester is the cartridge that I shoot. I'm running a 180 grain ELD match bullet out of there, and it's chronographed out of a 20-inch barrel at 2785 feet per second. So it's a little bit behind the 7mm Rem Mag, but I get a shorter compact rifle, and I really like it. It's really, really accurate. But coming into my reloading gear, I'll show you through that really quickly. My reloading process is pretty mechanical, pretty simple to be honest, guys. So running you through all the different componentry that I use. Here I have my Lee beam and balance scales. I've just always used those for getting on to 10 years now, and I just find them work really well. I use just a cheap Lee powder trickler and a powder dumper, I'll call it. I wouldn't even call it a measurer, just dumper there. Hornady press, just a single die holding Hornady press, which is just fine. And then coming back to what I call my kind of flasher gear, I use a Hornady case trimming tool, and I also use a Hornady neck turning tool and a Lee auto priming tool. So everything's kind of mechanical, there's nothing digital, and I like that. So there you go, there's my reloading gear. But in more particular around the 284 Winchester, the powder I'm using is Reloader 26, using also the CCI large rifle primers in there, the 200s, and then shooting the 180 grain 7mm ELD match, and that's been a really good combo for me. I use Lapua brass as well, and I'm not tumbling or cleaning my brass anymore. I just don't see it necessary, and it's working really well. So yeah, I like the 284 Winchester. So there you go, guys. That's my questions that I had. Really do drop some questions down. This will be a new component to my videos, and I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy your summer break, and I'll see you on the next hunting trip.